This week's Parsha Shemini tells of the 8th day of the inauguration of the Mishkan and installation of Aaron and his sons as the Kohanim. The Torah tells us that on this fateful 8th day, Moshe called to Aaron and his sons and also to the elders of Israel. He gave Aaron instructions about a sin and burnt offering for the Kohanim. He then gave Aaron instructions to address the children of Israel concerning their own sin and burnt offerings. If Moshe was the one who always addressed the children of Israel, why did Moshe insist that Aaron needed to be the one to address the people about their offerings instead of himself? Abarbanel says that Moshe wanted to give honor to Aaron. Until now, it was only Moshe who had transmitted laws from God to the nation. With Aaron being installed as Kohen Gadol, Israel needed to look at Aaron and accept him as authoritative. This gave Moshe the opportunity to put Aaron in front of Israel in an authoritative position. Leadership, however, is a two-way street. While Moshe might have installed Aaron as a leader, Kli Yakar says that in order for the people to accept Aaron, they needed to see that he was worthy of his new position. What was the issue, though? The people still remembered that it was Aaron who had built the golden calf at the sin of the golden calf. Aaron's first task on behalf of the nation was to offer up a calf for forgiveness. How could someone who had publicly sinned with something then use that same something to tell the people to ask for forgiveness? Aaron was the one who had fashioned the golden calf and now had the audacity to call upon the nation to ask for forgiveness using a calf. Kli Yakar says that Moshe wanted to head off that argument and show Israel that Aaron was actually guiltless in his actions by the golden calf. Accordingly, Moshe told Aaron that he should first bring a calf as a sin offering for himself. This would show the people that he, Aaron, was not guilty as they had presumed. With that issue resolved, Aaron could then go ahead and tell Israel with authority that they too needed to bring an offering of a calf for forgiveness. Perhaps too, since Aaron had now been appointed as high priest, Moshe wanted Aaron to truly take on his new role. While Moshe had also functioned as a Kohen at times, the Mishkan and its daily function was now Aaron's responsibility and domain, and he needed to embody his office. This meant that anything that had to do with the daily functioning of the Mishkan, priestly duties, and daily or one-time offerings now needed to go through him. So Moshe had Aaron speak about the offerings to Israel to demonstrate that the Mishkan and the offerings were now under Aaron's authority. Interestingly, Ramban doesn't understand these verses this way at all. Aaron was not supposed to directly address the children of Israel. Chazal tell us that there was a certain chain of transmission of the teachings that went from God to the people. First, God told Moshe the law. Moshe then taught the law to Aaron. Aaron, in turn, gave over the law to the elders. And finally, it was the elders who then transmitted the law to all of Israel. Ramban says that it was for this reason that Moshe called to both Aaron and the elders. Moshe wanted to create and establish this method of transmission for teaching the people. Whichever way we look at it, Aaron needed to find his voice in his new leadership role, and Moshe gave him the opportunity to fully take it on. Shabbat Shalom.